Welcome to Ventura, California, and to CCL Baseball on the Foresters Broadcast Network. After the off day, the Foresters start the week on the road as they take on the Conejo Oaks for the third time this year. Well, I'm Hunter Shumick, and we welcome you to the campus of Ventura College. A windy day from the California coast. 9-mile-an-hour winds out of the west-southwest, gusts up to 17 miles an hour, blowing straight out towards right field. Any fly balls will be anything but routine here this afternoon. Here is the lineup for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Leading off in right field, Kurt Ippolito. Batting second in that short, Sawyer Farr. In the three-hole and in left field, Carter Rutenbar. Batting fourth at second base, Chris Newstrom. The DH and the number 5 batter, Caleb Hoover. In the sixth spot and at third base, Landon Schaefer. To bat seventh and at first, Nick Salmon. Out of the 8-hole, the catcher, Zane Becker. And batting ninth and center fielder, Christian Turner, with Jack Fowler getting the start on the hill today for the Sturs. But for the Conejo Oaks, it will be a familiar face. The starting right-hander, Johnny Lavelis, started the ball game last Tuesday, and he gets the ball a week later and gets his second start against the Foresters this year. The line last week for Lavelis, he went 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 3 runs, but none of those runs were earned against the Foresters. He walked 2 and struck out 3. Was assessed the loss last Tuesday. Well, we appreciate you joining us on the Foresters Broadcast Network. The second full week of the season about to get underway for the Foresters. They are 7-1. And first pitch underway, missing upstairs from Lavelis, 1-0. That's popped up into left. Caden Stillwell gets underneath it. 2 pitches, and Lavelis records out number 1 in the ball game. So remember, any fly balls, anything but routine. Last time the Foresters played here at Pirates Park, Caleb Hoover scorched a ball down the right field line for a easy home run, and any balls that are hit hard into right field definitely have a chance of leaving the yard here this afternoon. So with 1 down, bases clear. The batter is Sawyer Farr. And since Sawyer came back to Santa Barbara last week, has played in a couple games, and what he has been able to do is incredible, really. He's gone 2 for 4 at the plate, along with 7 walks. And he gets ahead 2-0. He got underneath it, and that's back out of play into the third row of seats. Strike 1. Lavelis brings home the 2-1. That's on the outside corner, 2-2. And remember, Sawyer Farr hits from both sides of the plate. The switch hitter against the starting right-hander Lavelis. Did not see Lavelis last week. Full count. And with those 7 walks for Farr in his couple of games that he has played, an on-base percentage of .833. He has been unbelievable. And that's ball 4 right on cue. Walk number 8 for Farr this season to put 1 on, 1 out. And one last note on Farr. Those 7 walks and 2 hits are just from 2 games being played. And nothing new for Sawyer getting on base on balls in front of Carter Rutenbar. The Foresters having their first base runner of this ball game. Breaking pitch down, 1-0. And when we look back to last week for the Foresters, in their first full week, end up going 5-1. Their only loss to Orange County. The Foresters looking to maintain that momentum here in the second full week of the 2026 season. It'll be a much different looking week this go around for the Foresters. 3 games at home, 3 games on the road this week. 2-1 now to Carter Rutenbar, who has gone 2 for 8 this season, along with 2 walks. Ball 3. And speaking about what the Foresters did last week, well, in their first 8 games, they've pushed in 75 runs. That's averaging 9.4 runs a game. Here's a 3-1. Ball 4, and the second walk given up by Lavelis to put 2 on, 1 out. He walked 2 in the 3 innings that he threw last week against the Foresters, and with 1 down, back-to-back walks to the Foresters. And the batter is Chris Newstrom, starting at second base today. Big opportunity for Santa Barbara to open up the week and open up the floodgates here in the first. Strike 1. Newstrom was an addition the last week for the Foresters. Ended up going 4 for 14. And Chris was part of the rally. There's a play at first base, and there was the play down at first base. Danny Aguilera on the throw down from the catcher, and it's going to be an obstruction call at first base. And that's going to advance far over to third, down to second, Rutenbar. And the manager out of the first base dugout for the Oaks. And time was immediately called. An obstruction call on Aguilera and a free 90 for the Foresters to put 2 in scoring position, 1 out. So now even a better opportunity for Santa Barbara. With 2 in scoring position, just 1 down. And if you were with us on Friday when the Conejo Oaks had their first road game of the year at Santa Barbara High School, the Stars won 19-2. The last time that these two teams played, it was 19 runs on 17 hits for the Foresters. That was one of their best offensive games of the entire season. Our officiating crew having a discussion, and they're going to usher over Bill Pintard. And you did see a bit of that awkward collision with Rutenbar trying to get back to first, and it looked like the leg from Aguilera impeding Rutenbar back to first base. And they're actually going to put him back. So the runners are back at first and second after being sent down a free 90. And Rutenbar, it was going to be close at first base. Instead, will be sent back to first. Farr is at second, and the count is 0-2 on Chris Newstrom. That's rolled to the left side. Gordon's got one at third, across the diamond to turn 2. The force out at third, and it'll go down as a 5-3 DP. And Johnny Lavelis works around a pair of walks in the first. After 1, scoreless from Ventura, Jack Fowler to the hill for the Stars.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Foresters fans love to watch a winning team. Like the Foresters, Coastal Copy has also put together a winning team. For more than 50 years, the friendly folks at Coastal Copy have been your local source for copiers, printers, and equipment service for businesses of all sizes. Call them today at 800-995-8835 or visit coastalcopy.com. Coastal Copy is proud to be a sponsor of the Foresters radio family and of the Hugs for Cubs. Coastal Copy and the Foresters, second to none.
Back in Ventura, Pirates Park on the campus of Ventura College, Jack Fowler, the southpaw from Pepperdine, gets his third start of the season so far this year. 7 2/3, 3 hits, 3 runs, just 2 earned for Jack. 3 walks and 5 Ks, a 1-0 record for Fowler, and a 2.35 ERA. He will face Ryder Gordon, Zach Mora, Owen Mealy. In the middle will be Dylan Jackson, Caden Stillwell, Danny Aguilera, Bodie Grieve, Aiden Voiles, and Zach Nagy on the back end for the Conejo Oaks. The Foresters 7-1 in CCL play. And actually on Sunday, the OC Riptide were dealt their second loss of the season. So OC now 8-2, and the Foresters 7-1. A very tight race in the CCL South. And it'll still be quite some time until the Foresters have their second meeting against the OC Riptide, and the only team thus far to give the Foresters a loss in this 2026 season. And by the way, when you look to the north, the Slow Blues have won 9 straight games. They are 10-2, and that game is going to be lurking. Their first meeting against the Blues and the Sturs will be on Sunday. On the road, no less, as well. So it's Ryder Gordon to kick off the ball game at the plate for the Oaks. And Jack Fowler's first pitch in there, strike 1. Gordon hitting .222. He's gone 4 for 18 this season. Conejo has played 1 less game than the Santa Barbara Foresters. 1-1. Fastball just misses away, 2-1. If you're joining us late, you likely hear it. But winds coming in heavy, blowing out towards right field here in Ventura. And that's right where this one goes, down the line into right. And Gordon is on to start the first. 9-mile-an-hour winds out of the west-southwest, gusts up to 17. And that's going to bring up number 17, Zach Mora, to the plate for Conejo. One on, nobody out for the starting shortstop for the Oaks. Breaking ball in there, strike 1. This past season, Mora playing for nearby Westmont College. He was middle infielder all season long for the Warriors. And he's in the hole, 0-2. This past season for the Warriors, ended up going 29-21, their overall record. And Mora's down on 3 pitches, 1 away. First K for Fowler, 1 down. One on, 1 out for Owen Mealy. That's going to hit him on the foot, and he's going to labor down to first base to put 2 on with 1 down.
Ouch, that looks like it hurt. This hit by a pitch brought to you by AltaOrthopedics.com. Got hurt? Call them.
The man who played for Cal Poly this past season gets on with 1 out to bring up Dylan Jackson, the cleanup man. And Jackson, 7 for 21 this year, but what he has done in terms of the power department has been impressive. Already smashed 3 homers this year. He's slugging 8-10 entering this game. RBI chance, an opportunity to take the lead. Strike 1. Another breaking ball from Fowler to start off the plate appearance against Jackson. That's fouled and right in front of the third base dugout. 0-2 on the DH. Conejo back in the comforts of Pirates Park. They've only played 1 road game this entire season, which was on Friday up in Santa Barbara when they lost 19-2. Here's an 0-2. Ball 1. And since the team has arrived in Ventura, the wind's steadily picking up. Jackson stays alive. So after Johnny Lavelis, the starter for the Oaks, had to work around traffic. Same thing now for Jack Fowler. Can he find a ground ball to get out of this inning with 2 on, 1 out? Not competitive, 2-2. And one thing the Foresters, year in and year out, always hang their hat on, and what they've been able to do so far this season on the hill, their pitching staff has been exceptional. The best in the CCL in terms of ERA. 2-2. Fouled off again. The Foresters check into this week with an ERA of 1.80. That is leading the league. Have not given up many earned runs. And Fowler having to dig deep in the opening inning. Second K of the inning for Fowler, 2 down. That brings up Stillwell. And Fowler 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning and putting up a 0 in the first. Stillwell is hitting .417, he's 5 for 12 through the first week and a half. And that's down, ball 1. Jack threw last Wednesday on the road at Arroyo Seco. It was just open that day for Fowler. He also got the ball on opening day. There's that good breaking pitch, which has been working. That's a strike. 1-1. So it was a 30-pitch outing last week on Wednesday, and then got the ball on opening day against the Philippines. Gets ahead 1-2. And Jack was lights out. 5 shutout innings, just giving up 1 hit back on June 6th. And that was all on just 53 pitches. Trying to work around a leadoff single and a hit batsman. That's going to hit him on the ankle. The second hit batsman of the inning to load him up for the Oaks.
Ouch, that looks like it hurt. This hit by a pitch brought to you by AltaOrthopedics.com. Got hurt? Call them.
Bases filled with Oaks, and the batter is Danny Aguilera. With 2 down. Breaking ball is located in the zone, 0-1. Aguilera's gone 4 for 10. In the hole, 0-2. So Fowler's been able to locate with some of his secondary stuff. What will he go to here on the strike 2? Another breaking pitch away this time. Ball 1. Fastball upstairs, 2-2. Aguilera has brought home 1 run this season. Starts at first base today. The 2-2. Full count. Opportunity in the first for Conejo. 3-2 from Fowler. Just misses away, and the Oaks bring home the first run of the game. Aguilera, RBI walk, Gordon to the plate. 1-0 Oaks. So the second RBI for Aguilera this season. And he continues the inning with a 2-out walk to bring up Bodie Grieve. Strike 1. Bodie has gone 1 for 12 at the plate. Has brought home 3 runs. In the hole, 0-2. Two straight heaters from Fowler. Missing away at the knees, ball 1. Remember, Fowler, 1-0 record entering today, 2.35 ERA through his first 2 starts. For the second straight batter, gets ahead 0-2. A couple good takes from the Oaks. The count is now even. Struck him out, and the inning is over. Not before the Oaks bring home the first run of the ball game. They strand 3, and after 1, it's 1-0 Conejo.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Foresters home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Foresters down by a run. On to the second. Caleb Hoover, Landon Schaefer, Nick Salmon, 5, 6, and 7 get their first look of the day of Johnny Lavelis. Lavelis was able to work around 2 walks in the first and a ground ball right up the middle. And Caleb Hoover, first pitch, and he is on to start the second. We didn't even get to say it, but what Hoover's been able to do this season, so he's taken over on the hill as well, coming back from a hand injury last year. Starting to throw for the Foresters, so he's coming in relief in terms of pitching, and he's now gone 7 for 11 at the plate this summer, and he leads off the second, off the first pitch, in front of Landon Schaefer. Slider from Lavelis, strike 1. Schaefer's gone 4 for 16, hitting .250 so far this year. Try to lay it down in the hole, 0-2. Here's a fly ball straight away to center field. Mealy's on the run and makes the play, but it's in and out of his glove. And they're going to say it's going to double him up at first base. They're going to say out in the outfield and then back at first base. Hoover's going to be doubled up. That ball was in and out of the glove, and our officiating crew is going to say had the ball initially for the out, and then Hoover, who was on the move, seeing that ball fall, is doubled up off of first base. And just like that, 2 down, base is clear. So that erases the leadoff single, and Bill Pintard having a conversation outside your picture right near the third base bag. To our third base umpire, it's 3-man crews in the CCL, so no second base umpire that would have the best view in shallow center. And with the runner at first, it was the third base umpire shifted over with the runner on. But now with the bases clear and 2 down, that's ball 1 to Nick Salmon. Two 2-0. So Nick's at first base today. Hitting .250 so far this year. 2-0. That's on the outside corner. 2-1. Another 6-game week for the Foresters. 3 on the road, 3 at home. That's a hopper over to first. Fair ball, and the side retired. Lavelis just has to face the minimum after the fly ball double play works around the leadoff single through 1.5. Oaks by 1.
For a full range of outpatient physical therapy services, go to Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy. Our experienced and compassionate therapists, Bill Oakley, Alan Edmondson, and Andy Eubank, will provide you with a custom rehab program. For sports injuries, spine care, post-surgical care, and more, you'll enjoy our state-of-the-art facilities and receive a comprehensive program catered to your greatest physical potential. Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy, where the Foresters go to heal. Visit altaortho.com.
Last of the second, Aiden Voiles, Zach Nagy, Ryder Gordon, 8-9-1. For the Oaks on top, 1-0. Voiles, the starting catcher, leads off the frame for the Conejo. Strike 1. We didn't give you the defense in the last half inning. Landon Schaefer is at third. Sawyer Farr is at short. Chris Newstrom is at second. Nick Salmon at first. Becker does the catching. In the outfield, Carter Rutenbar, Christian Turner is in center, and Kurt Ippolito is in right. 2 quick strikes on Voiles. Do it again. Aiden, another man playing with Westmont College. Good number of Westmont Warriors on this roster this year for the Conejo Oaks. Ball one. Fowler had a 30 pitch first inning. There's a leadoff single, a walk, and 2 hit batsmen. The 1-2 to Voiles. That is over to Sawyer Farr. 1 away. And that brings up the number 9 man, Zach Nagy. Nagy playing for San Francisco. That is the University of San Francisco out at the WCC. And Fowler opens up the gates with the strike on the inside corner, 0-1. The wind's a factor here today, and if you weren't with us last week on Tuesday, a unique outfield here at Ventura College and Pirates Park. Straight away in center field, there's almost an outfield berm in fair ground. Any ball hit towards the wall, a center fielder would have to scamper up about probably 6 feet to make a play at the wall. But right field will be playing short with this wind here today. The 1-2. 2-2. Also, the outfield fence quite short, just about 6, maybe 8 feet high, not your typical fence. That's in the dirt, and the count's run full. Nagy has gone 2 for 13 this season, hitting 154. So after Fowler got ahead, here's the 3-2. Struck him out, 2 down. Two down, and back to the top with Ryder Gordon. Led off the ball again with a single and right. Came in to score on the RBI walk by Aguilera in the last. Gets underneath it. It's a fly ball to right, and Ippolito underneath it. And a 1-2-3 inning for Fowler rights the ship after 30 pitch first inning. After 2, 1-0 Conejo.
For a full range of outpatient physical therapy services, go to Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy. Our experienced and compassionate therapists, Bill Oakley, Alan Edmondson, and Andy Eubank, will provide you with a custom rehab program. For sports injuries, spine care, post-surgical care, and more, you'll enjoy our state-of-the-art facilities and receive a comprehensive program catered to your greatest physical potential. Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy, where the Foresters go to heal. Visit altaortho.com.
third inning. Zane Becker, Christian Turner, Kurt Ippolito for the Foresters, 8, 9, and 1. The Oaks on top 1-0 over the Sturs. First pitch, a good one from Lavelis, a slider, 0-1. So Becker back behind the plate today to start the week for the Foresters. In the hole, 0-2. Last game, Wilson and Rutenbar worked behind the plate. Becker last caught on the 13th against MLB Academy. And Zane's such a key returning guy this year for the Foresters. A group of guys, 9, who have played either last year or 2 years ago back under Bill Pintard this season. Remains 1-2 on Becker. And the returning guys, what Bill Pintard says about them, so helpful, especially in the early weeks, especially the pivotal first couple days of the season, to help lay down the expectancy, what's expected, and the culture. Here's a bouncer. It's going to be Mora. Can't make the play. It's through, and Becker is on to start the third. So Becker was quickly in the hole. Bounces one up the middle, and a leadoff single for Santa Barbara. Starts the third. So for the second straight inning, a leadoff single. And the batter is Christian Turner out at the 9 spot. Ball 1. If you're joining the slate, the Foresters had Hoover on after one pitch. And Hoover was then doubled up at first base. After a fly ball was caught by Owen Mealy, he did drop the ball, saying it was on the transfer. Then as a result, Hoover was doubled up off of first base. But it's 1-1 on Turner. Ball 2. Turner in his short time with Santa Barbara, 1 for 4, along with 4 walks. That's sprayed out of play down the left field line, 2-2. The Foresters in the first 8 games of the season have been so good at just getting on base. Leading the league in on-base percentage at .433. 2-2. Full count. And some of the biggest gusts of the afternoon. Pushing out towards right field here in Ventura. 3-2 pitch from Lavelis. Struck him out, 1 away. So with 1 on, 1 down, it's back to the top of the order with Kurt Ippolito. Kurt's in the top spot today. He has been up and down this lineup for Santa Barbara, and he has been incredible. He's gone 9 for 18, hitting .500, and a .591 on-base percentage through the first 8 games with the Sturs. Can he work Becker around the bases? That's into left. Jammed him a bit. Still well in, but that ball is down. Second hit of the inning for the Sturs. 2 on with 1 out. Not hit hard, but hit just shallow enough. Stillwell did not have a play out of it in left field. And the third hit of the ball game to put 2 on in front of Sawyer Farr. And if you were with us in the opening inning, I've already told you how good and incredible Sawyer Farr has been getting on base this year. He's gone 2 for 4, along with 8 walks. RBI chance and opportunity for the Foresters to tie this game in the third. Farr's in the hole, 0-2. Remember, Lavellis faced the Foresters last Tuesday. Was on the hook with the loss after going the first 3. The Foresters won that game 8-4. Got a little bit hairy late for the Foresters. Lucian Wexberg was called on for a 2-inning save. And here's an 0-2. Ball 1. The lead runner is Becker. Farr takes ball 2. The run for the Oaks played it in the opening inning. It was the lead man who got on. Brought home with an RBI walk. The damage could have been a lot worse, but Fowler shut down the Oaks. 2-2. And that's over the third base dugout, out of play. And though the Foresters did play the Oaks on Tuesday, got the best of them on Friday as well, winning 19-2 on 17 hits. Farr launches one into left. Back goes Stillwell, has to readjust and makes the play. Had a hard back pedal and then had to readjust awkwardly, fighting the wind. Makes the squeeze, now 2 down in the third. And a rare occasion, the short time that Farr's been in Santa Barbara, that he has been retired. Brings up the number 3 man, Carter Rutenbar. Tying run in scoring position for Carter. He walked in the first. Lavella starts him off with a slider, 0-1. On the outside corner, 0-2 on Rutenbar. Lavelle's an opportunity to work around the traffic. Rutenbar takes the ball away. It's a great grab by Voiles. Keep the runners at bay. One-two pitch is up the middle, and behind second will be Mora, and he makes the play. The Sturs got 2 on, leave 2 stranded. An opportunity to tie this game. Going to the last of the third. Oaks on top by 1.
Thanks for listening. But how would you like to read about your favorite team? Hi, this is Jim Buckley, and I'm proud to announce the publication of our first book about the Foresters, Stir It Up, the story of America's most successful summer baseball team, is out now. 100% of the profits from this new book will benefit the Hugs for Cubs. You can buy one at the ballpark or online. Visit sbforesters.org for a direct link, or look us up on bookbaby.com. You can also pick up a copy locally at the Mesa Bookstore or Chaucer's or the Tecolote Bookshop. Stir It Up includes a complete history of the team from the founding by Bob Townsend in 1991 through all 10 national championships under Bill Pintard. You'll hear again from great Foresters players, read about the Hugs for Cubs, check out our all-time records, and much more. Help the Hugs and read Stir It Up. More info at sbforesters.org.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569 line 1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc. Member FINRA and SIPC. A registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Strike one on Zach Mora. Mora, Mealy, Jackson get their second look at Jack Fowler. 1-0 Conejo. And Fowler ahead 0-2. The starting shortstop for the Oaks, Zach Mora. Fowler got him on a strikeout in the first. And Fowler can't get him with that third pitch, just off the end of the bat for Mora. 1-2, rather, remains 0-2. The Conejo Oaks, the reigning CCL champs. When you look back to a season ago, the Foresters led the South, 23 wins, 9 losses. The Conejo Oaks, 23 wins, 13 losses. With the Foresters always departing to the NBC, the Oaks are the top team in the Southern Division entering the postseason. Mora strikes out to start the third. Becker retires him at first base. 1 away. One down. That's going to bring up Owen Mealy. Mealy was hit by a pitch in the opening inning. Was then stranded at third base. That's when the bases were loaded, and an RBI walk by Danny Aguilera brought home the first run. Final out was a strikeout. The Oaks left them loaded in the opening inning. Mealy puts it back behind home plate, out of play. Two balls and one strike on the starting center fielder. That's back to the hill. Fowler, the spinner, for out number 2. Fowler, after a couple hit batsmen, a walk and the hit, settling in nicely to this outing. Remember, it was a 30-pitch first inning, which will likely limit how deep he goes in this game. Remember, on opening day, incredibly economical, 53 pitches to get through 5. That was against the Philippines baseball group, and the Stars went on to win 13-1. But with 2 down, bases clear, Dylan Jackson got underneath it, and that's backing out of play. Jackson struck out in the opening inning. And by the way, Jack Fowler now has 5 Ks on his outing. He's now got 10 this season. Just misses away. 1-1. Breaking pitch misses away. Ball 2. This is the third of 6 meetings of the year between the Oaks and the Stars. Massive gust into center field. And that ball is pushed back out of play. Strike 2. Before first pitch, the winds were 9 miles an hour with gusts up to 17. think both of those numbers since have been inflated. The count is 2-2, and Jack Fowler brings it to Dylan Jackson. Full count. When you look at this Conejo lineup, any coaching staff and any manager circles number 12 with Jackson with what he's been able to do this season. The 3-2 lost him upstairs, and a 2-out walk for Jackson continues the inning in the third for the Oaks. Prior to the walk, Fowler had retired 6 in order. That brings up Caden Stillwell. 1 on, 2 out. Last of the third. Added the off date yesterday, Conejo, since their loss on Friday, have won 2 straight games. That's sprayed back strike 1. And here's a shot into left. It's going to be Rutenbar who moves in, but that ball's down in front of him. I think Rutenbar thought that ball was hit harder, took a step back, and then fell pretty far in front of him. There was no play at that ball. It would have been impossible. And as a result, 2 on, 2 out with Stillwell, a flare single into shallow left. Second hit of the ball game for the Oaks. Conejo threatened in the first, left him loaded, did play 1. And with 2 down, back-to-back Ben reach base, and that's a ball in the dirt for Aguilera. 1-0. And it was Aguilera who brought home the lone run on the scoreboard for the Oaks with a walk. The bases loaded in the opening frame. Two and 0. An opportunity for the number 6 man to double the Oaks' lead with a base hit. The lead runner is Jackson, not the biggest running threat. That's in there 2 and 1. That is down ball 3. So after Fowler had to face the minimum in the second, relatively 2 quick outs in the third, a big 3-1 pitch right here to Aguilera. And the count's run full. So a 2 down and 2 on. Head start for Jackson and Stillwell. Aguilera takes ball 4 away, bases loaded, and the second walk of the day for Danny Aguilera. Here comes Earl Carruthers, the pitching coach for the Stirs, out of the third base dugout. The second time this ball game, the Oaks have the bases loaded. It'll be the number 7 batter, Bodie Grieve. Fowler got him on a strikeout in the first. And to this point, Fowler has thrown 63 pitches. In his last outing, which was an open against the Arroyo Seco Saints. He's capped at 30 pitches, ended up going 2 2/3. And that's right now where he sits. But more than doubled the amount of pitches thrown, and a lot of high-stress pitches as well. Grieve goes after the first pitch, strike 1. That's backing out of play, and Fowler does well to get ahead 0-2 on Bodie Grieve. 3 RBIs so far this season. The 0-2 from Fowler. Struck him out, and Fowler gets out of the jam. Works around the 2 walks and base hit with 2 down. And for the second time this ball game, the Oaks will leave them loaded after 3. Conejo by 1.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Fourth inning from Pirates Park, campus of Ventura College. Chris Newstrom leads off, and then Caleb Hoover, and then Landon Schaefer. If anyone gets on, Nick Salmon. It's a ball upstairs from Johnny Lavellis. Goes back out for the fourth inning. Lavellis, remember, started last Tuesday's game, ended up going 3. Has a single run in support with his team on top 1-0. Lavellis was given the loss last week when the Foresters won 8-4 on Tuesday. Here's a 2-0. That's lined and foul down the left field line. 2-1. The Foresters 3 hits so far, along with 2 walks. They have left 3 on after 3. 2-1. That's going the other way down the right field line. 2-2. Chris was part of the rally on Sunday against the San Diego Bombers. It was a tied game in the 6th. Newstrom put the ball in play and helps bring in 3 runs in a pivotal 6th inning for the Foresters. They went on to tack on 3 more in the 7th to rout the Bombers 8-4. Newstrom lifts another one out of play. Good battle here. Means 2-2. That's dribbled down the line. Gordon charges, can't make the play. And Newstrom is on to start the 4th. It'll go down as an infield single for Chris Newstrom. Just off the end of the bat. Bouncer down that third baseline. Gordon attempted a bare hand. It was a long run to that baseball in the infield, and as a result, Newstrom an infield single. It's now Hoover. That is just the second pitch seen from Hoover from Johnny Lavellis. Took the first one dead away in center field. Ball one. Another breaking pitch, 1-1 on the starting DH. And we said after Hoover got on after the first pitch, Caleb is 7 for 11 this season. A lot of time in the lineup as the DH. He's also been pitching this year for the Foresters. And he smokes this one into right, and making the play is Grieve. Nice diving play by Bodie Grieve. And Hoover will be retired for the first out in the fourth. It's now Schaefer, 1 on, 1 out. Off the end of the bat, backing out of play, strike one. Schaefer's first time was that odd double play, the fly ball to center, which was dropped by Mealy on the transfer. They said the out was recorded, and then Hoover was doubled off at first. Runners on the move, a ball at the plate, the throw is shallow, and that dragged Nagy off the base. Might have had a play at it if the throw wasn't as shallow, and Newstrom into second, his second stolen base of the season. And it looks like a wardrobe malfunction over at second base. Newstrom is going to have to get a new belt on the slide in. Likely rips the buckle right off of it. So a change of attire for Chris as he laces it around the loops. And he's in scoring position, representing the tying run in a one-run game. The Oaks got their leadoff man on. He came around to score. It's now 1-1 on Schaefer. And that's a shot straight away to center field. Mealy back, and he makes the play for out number 2. Newstrom over to third. So Schaefer twice. A fly ball to center. 2 down. And the batter is Nick Salmon out of the 7-hole. Tying run 90 feet away, top of the 4th. In the 3rd meeting already this year between the Oaks and the Sturs. Strike one. And actually, when you look at what Conejo has done, they're 5-2, and both losses at the hands of the Foresters this year. So you know the Oaks, they want to find their first win here this afternoon. That's down the line, and a fair ball into the corner. Salmon digs for 2. The game is tied on the RBI double by Nick Salmon. 1-1 in the 4th. Timely 2-out knock by Nick Salmon. 6 RBIs now on the season. Now can the Foresters take the lead? The batter is Zane Becker with Salmon in the scoring position. On a slider, that's grounded outside first, strike one. Becker had quite the homecoming on opening day against the Philippines. The returning Forester had a grand slam. He's now got 5 Runs batted in this summer. Can he get number 6? That's down 1-1. He led off the last with a single. He's 1 for 1. Becker takes ball upstairs, 2-1. Tied game in the 4th. Off the backstop, 2-2. Remember, the inning started with an infield single by Newstrom. Stole a base. Was advanced over to third by Schaefer. Brought home by Salmon on the double. 2-2 to Becker. Struck him out to end the inning. But the Foresters have tied the game on the RBI by Salmon. Going to the bottom of the 4th, tied 1-1.
Foresters fans love to watch a winning team. Like the Foresters, Coastal Copy has also put together a winning team. For more than 50 years, the friendly folks at Coastal Copy have been your local source for copiers, printers, and equipment service for businesses of all sizes. Call them today at 800-995-8835 or visit coastalcopy.com. Coastal Copy is proud to be a sponsor of the Foresters radio family and of the Hugs for Cubs. Coastal Copy and the Foresters, second to none.
First pitch and change of the game. Noah Waldeck takes over on the hill for the Foresters. Jack Fowler ends up going 3, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 6 punch-outs for the starting left-hander for the Sturs. And enter the right-handed reliever, Waldeck. First pitch is in there to Aiden Voiles. Voiles, Nagy, and then Gordon at the top of the order. If anyone gets on, Mora. Tied game, last of the 4th. Voiles quickly in the hole, 0-2. Fowler got Voiles on the ground up to short his first time. Big bouncer right up the gut. Newstrom can't make the play. Charged in from second, and Voiles is on to start the 4th. Leadoff man on for the Oaks. And a tied game in the 4th. That's going to bring up the number 9 man, Nagy. Strike one. And by the way, went down as an E4 to open up the inning to get Voiles aboard for the Oaks. Here's a 1-1. High and tight. 2 balls, 1 strike to Nagy, who went down looking in the second. The Oaks went in order back in that second frame. They've left 6 stranded so far in this ball game. The Stars have left 3. Noah Waldeck taking over the first man out of the pen. Waldeck's been in the last couple years with St. Mary's, now in the portal. Last worked actually against the Conejo Oaks on Friday. Ended up going 2 innings. Throwing 28 pitches, just giving up a single hit. So the Oaks get their second look at Waldeck just a span of a couple days. Two-two. Handled by Becker, full count. The top of the order on deck for Conejo. And we said the last time the Oaks were at the plate, both losses of the year, only losses on the year for the Oaks coming at the hands of the Santa Barbara Foresters this season. Payoff pitch, runners on the move, and that's lasered back and out of play over the first base dugout. The Stars just found an equalizing run. Can the Oaks get it right back? That's in the right field. 2 on to start the 4th. It was the error and now a base hit. And the number 8 and number 9 batters get on from the top of the order. And it's Ryder Gordon. Gordon's 1 for 2. And at this point, has scored the only run of the ball game for the Oaks. And this has been a pretty common theme already. I told you the men that have been left on base, there has been a lot of traffic behind Forster pitching so far in this game. A lot of stress pitches. Nobody out. Strike one on Gordon. That's gonna... That's off his hand. Check swing off the hand, and the bases are going to be loaded. Gordon in some pain down the line, and a hit batsman loads him up in the 4th.
Ouch, that looks like it hurt. This hit by a pitch brought to you by AltaOrthopedics.com. Got hurt? Call them.
And it's now Zach Mora, number 2 batter. He's 0 for 2. He's K'd twice. 3rd inning, the Oaks have had the bases loaded. Still down that first baseline, Gordon getting checked out. So Gordon remains in this game at first. And an opportunity for the Oaks to put up a crooked number against the Foresters with nobody out. Waldeck looking to bear down Attempt to dispatch Mora with no blood. That's in there, strike one. This is a Conejo team hitting .282 this season. That is fourth best in the league. The lead runner is Voiles at third. Mora in the hole, 0-2. The starting shortstop has brought home 4 this season for the Oaks. 2 quality pitches from Waldeck. The 0-2 struck him out, 1 away. What a K by Waldeck with the bases loaded, nobody out. Now a ground ball to get out of the jam. The batter is Mealy. He's 0 for 1. He has been hit by a pitch. On the outside corner, strike one. Remember, the inning started with an error, a soft single in the right, and a hit batsman. The 0-1. In the air to center, Turner in and has out number 2. They're going to roll the dice, and from third base, Voiles in. The sac fly by Owen Mealy gives the Conejo Oaks the lead in the fourth, 2-1. So the Oaks do get 1. And the batter is Dylan Jackson. First and second, 2 down. Got underneath it, a mile in the air on the infield. And Farr says he has it, has out number 3. And Noah Waldeck does very well to limit the damage to just a single run. The bases were loaded, nobody out. But the Oaks now on top after 4, 2-1 over the Sturs.
It's out of here. It's tough to tell whether that's another Forester's home run or one of the many flights going out of the Santa Barbara Airport. With 22 daily departures and 11 direct destinations, including Chicago, Dallas, Las Vegas, San Diego, and Seattle, there's no need to drive and fly when you can take off local at the Santa Barbara Airport. Prepare for a departure from the usual travel experience. Choose SBA and depart differently. A proud partner of the Santa Barbara Foresters.
On to the fifth inning. This fifth inning brought to us by our friends at Finney's Craft House. Finney's now has 2 locations in Santa Barbara, one in Lower State Street and one in Goleta. Finney's is a great place to gather before or after any Foresters game. Finney's Craft House. First pitch and change of the game. Holden Newhouse takes over. Newhouse, just his second appearance on the year, has tossed just 1 inning, gave up 3 hits, 3 earned runs. He walked 2 and struck out 1 in his debut last week for the Oaks, and he'll have to navigate 9-1-2 in a 2-1 lead for the Oaks, and that means Johnny Lavelis, the starter who went 4, now in line for the win. Remember, in the CCL, the starting pitcher can go 4 and pick up a victory in the CCL. Good start for Turner, 2-0. Turner struck out back in the third. He is 0 for 1. And by the way, both starting pitchers today ended up tossing 66 pitches. Fowler, that was through 3, and Lavelis needing 66 to get through 4. And Turner is on to start the 5th inning, a 4-pitch leadoff walk given up by Holden Newhouse. Remember Newhouse in his debut last week gave up 3 hits and 2 walks. Gives up a leadoff walk and puts the tying run on base for the Foresters in the Finney's 5th inning. And it's back to the top of the order. And Kurt Ippolito. Runners on the move, and into second base, Turner, his first stolen base of the year. And we haven't touched on the running games really for either team to this point. The Foresters now with 32 stolen bases in the league. That is second most. For the Oaks, they just have 7. So much different view on the running game for the Oaks and the Sturs. It's 1-0 for Ippolito. Gets ahead 2-0. Kurt's last time base hit to shallow left. His first time flew out to left as well. Tying run in scoring position, nobody out. Ippolito takes a strike. 5 ribbies to this point for Kurt. And with the Foresters off their first true rest day, granted, 2 weeks ago on Monday, after playing their first 2 games of the season. But after a full week of games, playing 6 last week, the first true off day. Currently trailing in the 5th. In the dirt, Foyles did enough, 3-1. The 3-1. That's a hopper, a fair ball. Gordon, a low throw, but out. 1 away. So 1 down. That brings up Sawyer Farr, the man who entered today with an on-base percentage of .833. Grand, that's just through 2 games, but still 7 walks and 2 hits for Sawyer in his first 2 games of the summer for the Sturs. His last time, he was retired on a fly out to center after falling behind 0-2. RBI chance now for the switch hitter. Ball 1. And Farr spent his first 2 years of college baseball with Texas A&M. has recently committed to Oklahoma, so congratulations to Sawyer Farr in his new home for college baseball. Joining OU after the first 2 years with Texas A&M. Opportunity to tie the game. It's 2-1, top of 5. Turner's in scoring position. That's in the air to left, falling fast, down for a base hit. Turner to the plate, and he is safe. Down to second Farr in a tied game in the 5th. And Farr able to poach another bag. He's all the way over to third. So Farr, an RBI single. So go down as a single with an RBI, advancing on the throw home. Sawyer advanced down to second, and then an E7 advances him to third. So the infield in for Carter Rutenbar. Strike 1. So now it's just still a single out, a sac fly in play for the Sturs. Rutenbar 0 for 1 with a walk. One and one. Chance for the Foresters to take their first lead of the ball game. Rutenbar fouls it back. Strike 2. Newhouse gets ahead, ball in 2 strikes. That's in the dirt. 2-2. Rutenbar grounds one foul. Remains 2-2. So after Lavellis ends up going 4 for the Oaks, Santa Barbara Foresters looking to keep pace with the slow Blues, who have now won 9 straight games. Granted, the Blues in the Northern Division, but still, slow Blues, the rivals for Santa Barbara, won 10 games. It's tied, and the 2-2 is popped up and out of play. Good battle here by Carter. With Farr at third after the error. 2-2. Full count. That's called strike 3. Rutenbar thought he had his second walk. Instead, 2 down. So with 2 down, Farr at third. The batter is Chris Newstrom. Infield single his last time, stole a base, scored a run. Has 1 ribby this summer. Can he plate Farr and give the Foresters a 3-2 lead in the 5th? Strike 1. Remember, Newstrom was a part of the rally on Sunday in a tied game against the Bombers. Puts the ball in play. And a 3-spot ensued in the 6th inning. He's in the hole, 0-2. Holden Newhouse. The 0-2 pitch. Struck him out in back-to-back Ks for Newhouse, and the Forsters will leave Farr stranded at third base. But Christian Turner brought home after the leadoff walk by Sawyer Farr on to the last of the 5th, tied 2-2.
Foresters fans love to watch a winning team. Like the Foresters, Coastal Copy has also put together a winning team. For more than 50 years, the friendly folks at Coastal Copy have been your local source for copiers, printers, and equipment service for businesses of all sizes. Call them today at 800-995-8835 or visit coastalcopy.com. Coastal Copy is proud to be a sponsor of the Foresters radio family and of the Hugs for Cubs. Coastal Copy and the Foresters, second to none.
Bottom of the 5th inning, pitching change for the Foresters. Luke Cornelison takes over. Waldeck went the last inning, 1 hit and 1 run, which was not earned. No walks and 1 strikeout for Waldeck. Luke Cornelison takes over. Caden Stillwell leads off. Strike 1. Cornelison's fastball sits low to mid-90s. And Stillwell is 1 for 1. He's also been hit by a pitch, both of which were against the starter, Jack Fowler. And that was off the glove and maybe off the mask of Becker, but it's now 1-1. Cornelison, his second appearance this season for the Sturs. He's tossed 2 innings to this point. In the 2 innings, 2 hits, giving up 1 earned run. He walked 1 and has struck out 5. And the 5 ABs, the 8 ABs that have been recorded against him. The 1-2. 2-2. Stillwell strikes out to start the fifth, one away. And this fifth inning brought to us by our friends at Finney's Craft House. Finney's has 2 locations in the Santa Barbara area, one on Lower State Street and one in Goleta. Finney's is a great place to gather before or after any Foresters game. Finney's Craft House. So one away. Danny Aguilera. Strike one. Has walked twice today, has picked up an RBI as well. In a tied game in the fifth, third meeting of the year, Oaks stirs. Luke Cornelison started him off with the fastball. Goes right back to it, 0-2. Bouncer, it will be far on the short hop. 2 down. So 2 quick outs for Luke Cornelison, and notably Luke was the man who walked it off against MLB Academy on the 13th. First walk-off win of the year, courtesy of the man who is on the hill. 2 quick outs, and he's ahead, 0-1 on Bodie Grieve. And we have spoken about it throughout the course of this season. Guys that are on this pitching staff, and also, you could say, guys that are in this order, two-way men can do it on the hill, and they can also do it at the plate. Josh Woodworth, Caleb Hoover. You've even seen Jack Fowler take some cuts during batting practice, along with this man on the hill. Grieve sees a ball down, 1-2. But you can see the uptick in the velo by Cornelison. Oaks need to adjust quick. It's 1-2. Grieve is 0 for 2. He has K'd twice today. Both against Fowler, and he'll go down looking this time. Luke Cornelison K's 2 and works quickly in the fifth. After 5, tied 2-2, Oaks and the Foresters.
Thanks for listening. But how would you like to read about your favorite team? Hi, this is Jim Buckley, and I'm proud to announce the publication of our first book about the Foresters, Stir It Up, the story of America's most successful summer baseball team, is out now. 100% of the profits from this new book will benefit the Hugs for Cubs. You can buy one at the ballpark or online. Visit sbforesters.org for a direct link, or look us up on bookbaby.com. You can also pick up a copy locally at the Mesa Bookstore, or Chaucer's, or the Tecolote Bookshop. Stir It Up includes a complete history of the team from the founding by Bob Townsend in 1991 through all 10 national championships under Bill Pintard. You'll hear again from great Foresters players, read about the Hugs for Cubs, check out our all-time records, and much more. Help the Hugs and read Stir It Up. More info at sbforesters.org. Foresters fans love to watch a winning team. Like the Foresters, Coastal Copy has also put together a winning team. For more than 50 years, the friendly folks at Coastal Copy have been your local source for copiers, printers, and equipment service for businesses of all sizes. Call them today at 800-995-8835 or visit coastalcopy.com. Coastal Copy is proud to be a sponsor of the Foresters radio family and of the Hugs for Cubs. Coastal Copy and the Foresters, second to none.
Sixth inning rolls in. Caleb Hoover, Landon Schaefer, Nick Salmon In the 6th inning, Holden Newhouse remains in this game, misses away on the off-speed to Hoover. Caleb today is 1 for 2. Game is tied to start the 6th, 2 runs apiece. A fly ball into left. Stillwell has the best play at it, but it's going to be the shortstop. Mora slides in right in front of Gordon from third, going back, and Stillwell moving in. And Mora, a sliding play on his backside, slides in, camps out underneath it on the move, and Hoover is retired for out number 1. So 1 down, and the batter is Landon Schaefer. Landon has flied out to center twice today on this windy day in Ventura. Ventura south of Santa Barbara, and the winds picked up about midday, and they have not backed off. One of the more windy days that we have seen in recent memory. To start the day, the winds were 9 miles an hour out of the west-southwest, gust up to 17, but both of those numbers have indeed increased since 4 o'clock. 1-2 on Landon Schaefer. Strike 2 pitch from Newhouse. And that's just going to graze him. So a hit batsman with 1 out as Schaefer will reach for the first time today.
Ouch, that looks like it hurt. This hit by a pitch brought to you by AltaOrthopedics.com. Got hurt? Call them.
Schaefer aboard, and it's now Nick Salmon. 1 for 2. Had an RBI double his last time. 6th ribby of the year for Nick. That's with 1 on, 1 out. And Holden Newhouse in the last inning started off with a 4-pitch walk. Farr brought him home on an RBI single. And by the way, we said it was initially scored in East 7. The score here at Ventura College that allowed Farr to advance to third, gave the error on the catcher. But Sawyer was stranded at third base, and that misses away from Salmon. 1-0. Schaefer can run, and a ball at the plate, 2-0. Schaefer has 2 stolen bases this season. There's been 2 stolen bases today for the Foresters, Newstrom and Turner. That's fouled back, strike 1. Nick Salmon, who was committed to Oregon State after spending last year at Golden West CC. Can he work around Schaefer? There he goes. Strike at the plate, no throw down, and Schaefer into scoring position with 1 out in the 6th. So make it 3 for 3 for Landon. Stolen bases on attempts. Go ahead run in scoring position for Salmon. The count is now 2-2. And he went around. Salmon retired. 2 out. Second K for Newhouse. That is just a 4th strikeout by Conejo pitching. Zane Becker bats with 1 on, 2 down. Can Zane untie this game? All the runs have been put up via single one-run innings. Becker's going to get plunked. Second hit batsman of the inning to put 2 down in the 6th.
Ouch, that looks like it hurt. This hit by a pitch brought to you by AltaOrthopedics.com. Got hurt? Call them.
That brings up out of the 9 spot Christian Turner. 0 for 1. Has walked, stole a base, scored a run. The lead runner Schaefer in a 2-2 game in the 6th. That is a foul ball. Hard hit. It was knocked down by Aguilera. Would have been a heck of a play, but foul, strike 1. Turner was the first man to face Holden Newhouse in the last inning, walked on 4 pitches. Newhouse just had 1 appearance prior to today and just 1 inning pitched, back out for a 2nd inning. Trying to work around some traffic. The throw down to second will be corralled by Mora. It's 1-1. Another play at second base. Through the first 5 innings, the Foresters have stranded 5. The Oaks have stranded 8. Conejo has had the bases loaded in 3 separate innings. 1-1 to Turner. That's down, gets away from Voiles, and 2 into scoring position for the Sturs. Ball in the dirt. Schaefer over to third, down to second. Becker. At the top of the order on deck in the form of Kurt Ippolito. Can Turner, A, continue this inning, or B, give the Foresters the lead? He's able to check it, 3-1. By the way, his last time, that was a 5th walk for Turner already this season. He's just played in a handful of games, really, for the Foresters. Joined the Foresters mid last week. Top of the order next. That is ball 4. Loads them up for Santa Barbara on the top of the order. Second walk by Turner. And the batter is Kurt Ippolito. Kurt is 1 for 3. Newhouse got him on a ground out to third in the last inning. What an opportunity for Ippolito. Slider for a strike, 0-1. And the feeling of this game so much different compared to when the 2 teams played on Friday. Foresters won 19-2 on 17 hits. There's been back and forth. Can the Foresters bust this game open? That is line straight to Mora. And the Sturs leave them loaded, and Newhouse gets out of the jam. Last of the 6th rolls in, tied 2-2. Santa Barbara, Conejo.
For a full range of outpatient physical therapy services, go to Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy. Our experienced and compassionate therapists, Bill Oakley, Alan Edmondson, and Andy Eubank, will provide you with a custom rehab program. For sports injuries, spine care, post-surgical care, and more, you'll enjoy our state-of-the-art facilities and receive a comprehensive program catered to your greatest physical potential. Alta Orthopedics Physical Therapy, where the Foresters go to heal. Visit altaortho.com.
Bottom of the sixth. Aiden Voiles takes a first pitch strike from Luke Cornelison. Luke back out there for a second inning. That was pitch number 14 for Cornelison. Sat the Oaks down in order, K'd 2, and got a ground out. That goes fire saucering into the Forester dugout. And that's now 0-2 on Aiden Voiles. For the third time today, Voiles at the 8th spot, leading off. Voiles lifts it down the right field line out of play. Led off in the second, ground out to short. Led off in the fourth, reached on an E4, came around to score. This time, he checked it for ball one. Cornelison back out there for his second inning. Walduck went 18 pitches. Fowler went the first 3, tossed 66. That's in the dirt, 2-2. And we were saying it when Cornelison took over in the last half inning, in the last inning I should say. It's so cool to see all these different guys for Santa Barbara that can hit and also can pitch. That's rolled that's in the air to right. And a long run for Ippolito, but makes the play. Step in front of the chalk line in fair ground, and Voiles is retired.
Now batting, number 3, Zach Nagy.
That brings up Zach Nagy. Bases clear, 1 down, 2-2 game in the 6th. Strike 1. The third pitcher that Nagy faces in this game went down looking against Fowler. A base hit in the right against Waldeck. And that takes this one up the middle, and he's got a base hit against Cornelison. And Nagy out of the 9 spot is 2 for 3. Go ahead run on base for the Conejo Oaks. It's the top of the order with Ryder Gordon. Gordon 1 for 2, been hit by a pitch, scored a run. Fantastic pitch by Cornelison. Strike 1. And last time we saw Luke Cornelison pitched against Orange County on Wednesday. Granted, this is Luke's second inning. That's in the dirt. Down to second, Nagy. And the base runner with 1 out is in scoring position. But Cornelison also tossed 2 innings in that relief appearance, was actually the second man out of the pen, just like today. And it was actually Noah Waldeck who relieved Cornelison in that game against Orange County. A reverse situation today. Cornelison relieves Waldeck in this tied game in the 6th. It's 1-1. That's on the outside corner, strike 2. That's strike 3, 2 out. Third K for Luke Cornelison. Pinch hitter for Zach Mora. Matthew Whitco to add the 2-hole for the shortstop, who went 0 for 3 and K 3 times. So Whitco pinch hits. Go ahead run in scoring position, 2 down in the 6th inning. Runners on the move. A strike at the plate and down to third. In safely. So a stolen base for Zach Nagy. He's got 2 now in this inning alone. Whitco's in the hole, 0-2. Whitco takes the ball away. Actually, Nagy, first stolen base of the inning, advanced to second on a wild pitch. But regardless, he's 90 feet away. Whitco, can he put the ball in play? It's 2-2. Every run that has been put up in this game has just been a single run scattered through the course of our 5.5 innings. 2-2. Struck him out. Luke Cornelison has struck out his 4th batter. Works around the single. And a man left stranded at third base for the Oaks. On to the 7th, tied 2-2. Oaks, Foresters.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Seventh inning, Sawyer Farr, Carter Rutenbar, Chris Newstrom. If anyone gets on, Caleb Hoover. New arm into the game for the Oaks. Landon Martin takes over in this ball game. Some changes defensively. Whitco, who pinch hit, is now at first base. The man at first base, Aguilera, is now at second. And Zach Nagy is now at short after starting at second base. Tied 2-2. Top of 7. Farr is 1 for 2 along with the walk, has an RBI. And Martin misses downstairs, ball 1. Martin's fastball sits right around 89-92 and uses it about half the time. Also works in a slider and curveball. Fastball away, 2-0. Falls behind 3-0 to the switch hitter, Sawyer Farr. And with Farr hitting from the left side, Martin can't locate, and a 4-pitch leadoff walk, and nothing new for Sawyer Farr. His second walk of the day. And the leadoff walk starts the inning in the 7th for the Sturs. The last time the Sturs had a leadoff walk on 4 pitches, Christian Turner came in on an RBI by Sawyer Farr. And at that point, that tied the game. There's not been a run scored since. That's a strike on Carter Rutenbar, 0-1. He was squaring around to bunt. Sawyer, he can run at first base. That's in the air to shallow right center field, and that ball is down. Rutenbar is aboard. 2 on, nobody out for the Foresters in the 7th. First knock of the day for Rutenbar. And a chance for the Foresters, and what an opportunity. The Foresters have never led this game. Conejo opened up the ball game, leading 1-0 after 1. The Foresters tied the game in the 4th, and in that same 4th inning, Conejo regained the lead. Subsequent half inning, top of 5, the Foresters tied the game. And a chance to take the lead with 2 on, nobody out. The batter is Chris Newstrom. Corner's playing in. The bunt is popped up, and there's out number 1. Newstrom can't lay it down. 1 away. Remember, that's Whitco now over at first base, who pinch hit in the last inning. It's now the DH Hoover. He's 1 for 3. Ball 1. And Hoover led off in the 2nd, just needed 1 pitch. Goes straight up the gut. That was on against Levi Johnny Lavelis. Gets ahead here, 2-0. And let's not forget, last time the Foresters played at this field, Hoover deposited his first home run of the season over the right field fence. A no-doubter that hit the tree beyond right. Gets ahead 3-0. Hoover has brought home 6. With the lead runner Farr, you'd have to imagine anything put in play. Farr's to the plate, he can fly. A low strike, 3-1. Martin brings home the 3-1. Ball 4, bases loaded. Hoover reaches safely for the second time. And the batter is Landon Schaefer.
Now batting, number 24, Landon Schaefer.
Schaefer's last time hit by a pitch. Stole a base, was stranded at third. In the last inning, the Foresters had the bases loaded. They have them loaded once again. Can they convert? That is over, too short. Flip, one out, on to first. They turn two. And a 6-4-3 double play. Landon Martin gets out of the jam. And just like that, the Foresters were threatening. Bases loaded for the second straight inning. And the Stars come up empty. On to the last of the seventh, tied 2-2.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Foresters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Foresters for several seasons. Just like the Foresters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Bottom of the seventh inning, tied 2-2. Owen Mealy leads off for the Conejo Oaks. Luke Cornelison back to work. That was pitch number 31 for the right-handed reliever and two-way man for the Foresters. So far he is K'd for, worked around a one-out single. The man at third base in the last inning left him stranded. 1-1 on Owen Mealy, who has gone 0 for 1. He's been hit by a pitch and also a sac fly to his ledger for the center fielder. That's on the corner, 2-2. And in the last inning, the Foresters had the bases loaded. And Landon Martin did all of that on 13 pitches. The Foresters had the bases loaded, and 3 outs were recorded on just 13 pitches. This is going to be a tough play. Schaefer charges in the long throw in time. 1 away. That brings up Dylan Jackson. There's been no runs scored since the top of the 5th. That's when Santa Barbara found an equalizing run. 7 hits for the Foresters, 4 for the Oaks. That misses from Cornelison, 1-0. That's looped back and out of play and actually may be playable, but just on the wrong side of the chain link fence. To that first base on deck circle. No play for Becker. 1-1. And the Foresters playing a full week, full 6 games, their second full week of the 2026 season. Playing the Conejo Oaks for the 3rd time this year. Played the Oaks a total of 6 times this season. And there's going to be some history on the horizon. Bill Pintard, the manager for the Foresters in his 32nd year, 6 wins away from 1,200 career wins. So Bill Pintard enters today with 1,194 wins. 6 away for Bill Pintard, and if the Foresters somehow were able to win all the games this week, the 1,200 career win would be against the Slow Blues on Sunday. But a lot of baseball to get to that point. It's now 2-2 on Dylan Jackson. He goes down looking, 2 down. Cornelison frozen with the heater. Strikeout number 5 for Luke. That is the 12th strikeout by Santa Barbara pitching. Fowler got 6, Waldeck 1. Cornelison now with 5. With 2 down, here's Caden Stillwell. Batting at 5-hole. That's down, ball 1. Much different feeling game between the Oaks and the Foresters today. We just said 3rd time already this season these two teams playing, the first of which a week ago on Tuesday, the Foresters won 8-4. The Oaks threatening late. Lucian Wexberg picked up his first save of the season, going the final 2 innings. Then the Foresters blew out the Oaks 19-2 on Friday. Here's a 1-1. That's in there. 1-2. Luke Cornelison looking to cap off a beautiful outing in relief. Tossed 30 pitches in his first 2 innings. He has struck out 5. Deuces a ground ball. Long throw for Sawyer Farr. Gets his man, and the inning is over. Luke Cornelison, 3 scoreless innings in relief, just a single hit. On to the 8th. Tied 2-2. Stirs. Oaks.
Foresters fans love to watch a winning team. Like the Foresters, Coastal Copy has also put together a winning team. For more than 50 years, the friendly folks at Coastal Copy have been your local source for copiers, printers, and equipment service for businesses of all sizes. Call them today at 800-995-8835 or visit coastalcopy.com. Coastal Copy is proud to be a sponsor of the Foresters radio family and of the Hugs for Cubs. Coastal Copy and the Foresters, second to none.
During this time of record market highs and gradual economic recovery, it's essential you have someone you can trust. For 10 consecutive years, the Santa Barbara News Press Reader's Choice Poll has awarded Tremblay Financial Services recognition for the financial guidance they provide their clients. Tremblay Financial Advisors continually educate their clients with new options and financial planning tailored fit to you. For more information or an appointment, call 569-1982 or log on to tremblayfinancial.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Centaurus Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC, a registered investment advisor. Tremblay Financial Services and Centaurus Financial are not affiliated companies. Investing involves risk, including potential loss of principal. No investment strategy can guarantee a profit or protect against a loss in periods of declining values.
Eighth inning. Tied game 2-2. The Foresters have their bottom 3, Nick Salmon, Zane Becker, Christian Turner. Landon Martin back out there. Starts off Salmon. Backdoor slider, 0-1. Martin was able to work around 4-pitch leadoff walk. The bases were loaded. Got out of the jam with a ground ball double play. The Foresters in the 6th and 7th innings have left the bases loaded, or at least at one point had the bases filled. Well, the Foresters look back to those 2 innings and rue the fact that they could not find a timely hit. Favorable count for Salmon. He is 1 for 3. All right, the count's now 1-2 on Salmon. One-two pitch. Just got a piece if it stays alive. The Foresters, in their first 7 innings, have gotten their leadoff man 5 occasions. Salmon looks to make it for the 6th time this ball game, trying to get their leadoff man on. Granted, he's behind in the counts 1-2. The only innings where the Foresters have not gotten their leadoff man on. The 6th and then the 1st inning. Every other inning, leadoff man reached for the Foresters. And Landon Martin, in that last inning, walked 2, gave up a flare single to shallow right. Got that ground ball double play to keep it a 2-2 game. Salmon lines one straight to Nagy, 1 away. That brings up Zane Becker at the 8th spot. Becker's 1 for 2. He's also been hit by a pitch. And that's just inside. Ball 1. Inside again, 2-0. So Zane making his return to Santa Barbara this year. Let's not forget, played in 16 games during the regular season last year, not including the Wichita or any non-CCL games. Spent the last, I should say, played 10 games with Texas A&M this past season. Both his freshman and sophomore years spent with A&M. At a high school out of Flower Mound, number 34 overall prospect in the state of Texas, and the number 4 ranked catcher in the state. Gets ahead 3-0 with 1 down in the 8th. And Becker will take a strike, 3-1. Both teams have had so many opportunities in this game. As Zane Becker skies one straight away to center field, going back. That ball is right at the base of the wall, and Becker cruises into second base. And remember, this is really the first time in this ballpark where you've seen a hard hit ball into the outfield. That ball landed on the upslope right in front of the center field fence. It is not a flat outfield. The slope is most severe in center field. It gains about 6 feet of elevation going into the center field fence. And Zane Becker, a 1-out double, puts the go-ahead run in scoring position. A pinch runner will be called upon by Bill Pintard. Becker lifted for Jake Despain. And the batter is now Christian Turner. Strike 1. Despain runs for Becker, Will end up going 2 for 3 and has also been hit by a pitch. And remember, the Forsters had the bases loaded in the last 2 innings and were unable to bring home the go-ahead runs. Santa Barbara has never led this game. They tied the game with a single run in the 5th. And it's now Turner at the plate in the hole, 0-2. Turner struck out. He has walked twice, scored a run, stolen a base. Has to shorten up the 0-2. And so far, in any game that the Forsters have played this season, other than the loss to Orange County, one of the best jobs by opposing pitching and opposing defense of holding the Forsters to minimal runs. Forsters have been a juggernaut offensively. Turner lines one down the left field line. It cuts foul. Ends 0-2. But that 2-1 loss to Orange County when the Forsters were held to 2 hits, that was really an anomaly in the first 8 games that the Forsters have played. Including that anomaly game, 75 runs entering today. They have had 8 hits, just 2 runs to show for. That's a strikeout, 2 out. So Martin gets Turner out of the 9 spot. And it's now Kurt Ippolito at the top of the order. He is 1 for 4. Ippolito has brought home 5 this season. It was the Zane Becker double. Despain pinch running for him. That's a ball cutting into the right center field gap. That ball is going back. It is at the wall. Kurt Ippolito gives the Forsters the lead. He's thinking 3 into third base. And Santa Barbara take a 3-2 lead in the 8th. Kurt Ippolito. Give him 6 RBIs and a triple. And the Forsters have their first lead of the ball game, and the batter is now far. So Despain plates the go-ahead run, pinch running, after the Becker double. That's on the corner, strike 1 on far. Sawyer 1 for 2, with 2 walks and an RBI. Far in the hole, 0-2. So after the Forsters had so many base runners in the last 2 innings, they are able to break through and grab their first lead of this game. Can Farr add on? That's rolled over to Whitco, and the inning will be over, but not before Santa Barbara take the lead. Becker had the double. Despain plates the go-ahead run on the triple by Kurt Ippolito on to the bottom of the 8th. Forsters leading for the first time 3-2 over the Oaks.
Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating is proud to join the Forsters family of sponsors this season. I, Conan, a third-generation owner, was proud to coach for the Forsters for several seasons. Just like the Forsters are champs on the field, Lee & Sons are champs off it. We're experts in every type of plumbing and heating service and repair, from leaks and clogs to heaters and faucets. Strike out your plumbing problems by calling us at 805-965-9586. Lee & Sons, the champions of plumbing and heating. 805-965-9586. Stir it up.
Forsters have their first lead of the ball game, 3-2, bottom of 8. Aguilera, Grieve, Voiles scheduled as Trent Roach takes over on the hill for the Forsters. Luke Cornelison, an incredible 3 innings, just giving up a single hit, no runs, no walks, and 5 strikeouts for Luke Cornelison. First pitch is rolled to the left side, knocked down. Schaefer recovers, able to make the play. One pitch by Trent Roach, and Aguilera is retired. And it's now Bodie Grieve. Also behind the plate, Aiden Camberg takes over for Becker after Jake Despain pinch ran for Zane in the last half inning. So Camberg, the new battery partner for Roach, strike 1. Grieve has K'd 3 times today. That's chopped outside third, 0-2. And for Trent Roach, already his 4th appearance on the hill this season for the Foresters. So far for Trent, tossed 4 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and 3 strikeouts for Roach. He has been efficient, and he has been strong out on the bump. And he just picked up his 6th strikeout, 2 down. And that brings up the catcher, Aiden Voiles. Two quick outs by Roach. Strike 1. One on the number 8 batter, Voiles, who is 0 for 3. Voiles behind the count, 1-2. The Forsters, top of the 9th, Rutenbar, Newstrom, Hoover, 3, 4, and 5. Roach has been working quick, working efficiently, and that is lined into right center field. Voiles is on to continue the 8th, a 2-out knock out of the 8th spot. So the tying run on base for the Oaks. Timely 2-out hit for Voiles just to continue the inning for a man who is 2 for 3 out of the 9 spot. Nagy has singled up the middle and singled into right his last 2 times. So 1 on, 2 down in a 1-run game in the 8th. Ball 1. So Roach, one of the few men prior to his outing today with 3 appearances, and already the 4th man, the first time any pitcher has taken the hill on for the 4th time this summer. That's into the backstop. Down to second, Voiles. And it looks like it's going to go down as a pass ball on Camberg. Tying run now in scoring position with 2 down. It's 1-1 for Nagy. That's in there, strike 2. Reaching for it. That's a base hit. Voiles is coming to the plate, and he is out. What a throw in right field from Kurt Ippolito, and the Forsters retain a 3-2 lead. A cannon from Ippolito, and they cut down Voiles at the plate after the single by Nagy. And we are headed to the 9th. Stars on top 3-2 over the Oaks.
Thanks for listening. But how would you like to read about your favorite team? Hi, this is Jim Buckley, and I'm proud to announce the publication of our first book about the Foresters, Stir It Up, the story of America's most successful summer baseball team, is out now. 100% of the profits from this new book will benefit the Hugs for Cubs. You can buy one at the ballpark or online. Visit sbforesters.org for a direct link, or look us up on bookbaby.com. You can also pick up a copy locally at the Mesa Bookstore or Chaucer's or the Tecolote Bookshop. Stir It Up includes a complete history of the team from the founding by Bob Townsend in 1991 through all 10 national championships under Bill Pintard. You'll hear again from great Foresters players, read about the Hugs for Cubs, check out our all-time records, and much more. Help the Hugs and read Stir It Up. More info at sbforesters.org.
Top of the ninth inning, pitching change for the Oaks. Pearson Howe takes over. And Howe's going to face Rutenbar, Newstrom, Hoover, the 3, 4, and 5 batters for the Foresters. Anyone gets on, it'll be Schaefer. 3-2 ball game thanks to a cannon by Ippolito in right to cut down the tying run at the plate. Is Aguilera to his right, one away. And that's going to bring up Chris Newstrom. And Pearson Howe, really a 3-pitch mix, fastball, curveball, and a changeup. His fastball sits high 80s, touches 90, and against right-handers, mainly uses his fastball just over 50% of the time. Rarely goes to that changeup. First pitch misses away, 1-0. Newstrom has reached once today an infield single, has scored a run. He is 1 for 4 and 1-1. The count from Pearson Howe to Chris Newstrom. The Foresters, in the last inning, took the lead for the first time this game. A double by Becker. It was brought home by a triple by Ippolito. Newstrom behind the count 1-2. Secondary stuff for Howe. That curveball, which is about 10 miles an hour difference from his fastball. What will he go to here? On the 1-2 to Newstrom. Struck him out, 2 down. That brings up Caleb Hoover. 2 down, bases clear. Hoover is 1 for 3. He's also walked in this game. Start off with the changeup. Ball 1. A lot more changeups for Howe to the left-handed batters. And a lot less fastballs. That one's located 1-1. If you're wondering, the Oaks have their top 3 in the bottom of the 9th. Gordon, Whitco, and Mealy. Right now it's a 1-run lead. Hoover was looking to double the lead with that swing, 2-2. And remember, Hoover has had success at this ballpark, and any wind makes any fly ball far from routine. And a strikeout ends the inning. Back-to-back Ks by Pearson Howe. And just like that, the Stars go in order. We're going on to the last of the 9th. The Foresters on top 3-2 in Ventura.
Foresters fans love to watch a winning team. Like the Foresters, Coastal Copy has also put together a winning team. For more than 50 years, the friendly folks at Coastal Copy have been your local source for copiers, printers, and equipment service for businesses of all sizes. Call them today at 800-995-8835 or visit coastalcopy.com. Coastal Copy is proud to be a sponsor of the Foresters radio family and of the Hugs for Cubs. Coastal Copy and the Foresters, second to none.
Bottom of the 9th inning, Foresters lead 3-2, and Lucian Wexberg will be called upon for the second time at this ballpark to pick up the save. He faces his former team and faces the top 3 batters. Fastball misses upstairs, 1-0. Gordon is 1 for 3. He's also been hit by a pitch, scored a run. And Lucian Wexberg, second appearance on the season. He has tossed 3 innings. Just a single hit, no runs. And it's now 1-1 on Ryder Gordon. What Wexberg did the first time the Foresters were at Pirates Park, while Wexberg went the final 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, struck out 4. Got the first save for the Foresters of the 2026 season. Breaking ball, strike 2. And I mentioned former team, you heard that correct. He's familiar with the CCL, pitched with the Conejo Oaks in 2021 and 2022. And he strikes out the first man he faces, 1 away. The 14th strikeout. 14th strikeout by Santa Barbara pitching. It's now Matthew Whitco to hit for the second time today. That misses downstairs, ball 1. And one thing to be said, do not want anyone to get on base and then have to deal with Dylan Jackson, who's the cleanup man. Jackson has a lot of pop ground. He's 0 for 3 today, should we get to that point. But right now, it's 1-1 on Matthew Whitco, who pinch hit for Mora and took over at first base. And Lucian Wexberg, so familiar with this area, grew up just a short distance away in Camarillo, went to Oxnard College, first year of collegiate baseball, spent 2 years with Westmont, and spent the last 2 years with the Pepperdine Waves. Got ahead 1-2, and back-to-back Ks for Wexberg, 2 out. And the number 2 hole has struck out 5 times today. $15 Ks for Santa Barbara pitching. And it's now Owen Mealy. Forster's looking for one more out. Strike one. The Forsters beat the Oaks both meetings last week. This is meeting 3 of 6 this season. Santa Barbara currently atop of the CCL South, looking to keep pace with the Slow Blues, and the Blues have 10 wins so far. And the Sturs are 1 strike away from their 3rd victory against the Oaks and their 4th straight win. The 0-2 to Mealy, just away, ball 1. Mealy's been hit by a pitch, pair of groundouts, and is a sac fly. 0 for 2. Another rocket right towards the on-deck circle. Nearly took off some legs of some Conejo Oaks players. Mealy, who's been a recent addition, not recording AB entering this game, trying to get on for the man with 3 home runs on deck. But Wexberg struck him out, and Wexberg strikes out the side and picks up the save. And the Forsters win this game 3-2. 16 strikeouts by Santa Barbara pitching. This game started by Jack Fowler. Luke Cornelison went 3 shutout innings in the middle with just a single hit. Cornelison picks up the win, and Wexberg picks up the save, and Lucian strikes out the side to pick up his 2nd save of the season. And dominance by Santa Barbara pitching, and the Sturs able to now win 4 straight games, and Santa Barbara now 8-1 this season, and they have beaten Conejo all 3 times they have played, and Conejo will fall to 5-3. All 3 losses to the Oaks at the hands of the Santa Barbara Foresters. What a road game today for the Sturs. Out of the off day, and Santa Barbara back at home the next 2 days. So if you're in the area, first pitch 4:30 tomorrow, and also 4:30 on Thursday. The Philippines baseball group will be in town. The San Diego Waves will be in town on Thursday. Expecting a big crowd on Thursday before the Forsters hit the road again on Friday. Santa Barbara now 8-1 through their first 9 games. We appreciate you sticking with us on the Forster Broadcast Network. And also, by the way, Bill Pintard now 5 wins away from 1,200 career wins as the manager for the Forsters. That number's getting slimmer and slimmer, and Bill Pintard, the Forsters continue to win, could pick up their his 1,200 career win on Sunday, assuming the Forsters continue to win. Well, thanks for sticking with us on the Forsters Broadcast Network. Once again, final score, Santa Barbara 3, Conejo 2. Luke Cornelison picks up the win. Lucian Wexberg picks up the save. For the entire team, the entire staff, for the man sitting to my left, working the scoreboard and handing me stats throughout the game, Miles Harp, I am Hunter Shoemake saying so long from Ventura. We'll see you tomorrow back at home in Santa Barbara when the Sturs are back in action.